Hey, what's going on? My name is Lewis with Crypto Elite, and in today's video, we're going to be going over different terms such as market cap, volume, supply, circulating supply, and more. Knowing these things will help you to better evaluate a cryptocurrency when determining which crypto you want to invest in. Okay, so you can see right here, I'm on coinmarketcap.com. This is the website that everyone goes to do their evaluations on a coin and check all of these different attributes of a certain cryptocurrency. A common mistake that people make when they're getting into cryptos, especially if they don't have any experience in the financial markets, is that they'll look at the price and they'll say something like, oh man, Bitcoin is at 9,359. That's really expensive. Well, I don't know, IOTA is at $2 or Ripple is at 86 cents. That seems a lot cheaper. I could buy a lot more Ripple than I can Bitcoin, and if Ripple goes up to, even just $100 or $1,000, then I'll make way more than if I just bought Bitcoin at 9,300. Because in order for Ripple to double, it only has to go up to $1.70. But for Bitcoin to double, it has to go up to almost $19,000. Well, it seems like a lot easier for Ripple to reach $1.60 than it does for Bitcoin to reach 19,000. So then they invest into Ripple, or they invest into IOTA, or they invest into Tron because Tron is only 8 cents, or they invest into any of these smaller market cap coins based solely off of the price. Now, I'm not saying that Ripple or IOTA is bad. In fact, I do like IOTA. But what I am saying is that even though looking at the price and saying what I just said and thinking what I just said might sound like it makes sense, it really doesn't. And that's because the price of the cryptocurrency is actually irrelevant. And in today's video, we're going to go over why. So let's go through each of these things. Let's start with the price. What is the price? Well, the price is simply how much one unit of the cryptocurrency is worth. So right now, Bitcoin is worth $9,359.66. One Ethereum is worth $685.72. You get the gist of it. What's the circulating supply? Well, the circulating supply is how many coins that are currently in circulation. That means that the circulating supply is the best approximation of the number of coins that are circulating in the markets, in the exchanges, and in the general public's hands. Now, sometimes there are coins that are stored up in a safe or in a vault that are locked up by the owners of the cryptocurrency itself, and those are not part of the circulating supply. Those are included in the total supply, which we'll go over in a second. What is the volume? The volume is the sum of the transactions that occur on the exchanges for the particular coin. So for Bitcoin right now, there's $7,910,000,000 worth of transactions happening on all of the exchanges when it comes to Bitcoin. For Ethereum, there's $2,629,610,000 worth of transactions happening on the exchanges when it comes to Ethereum. And you could go down the line and see how much volume is happening for each coin. And this is based off of a 24-hour window. So this is every 24 hours, this gets updated. Now, let's go into the market cap, because the market cap is actually the most important thing when it comes to a coin. When it comes to a coin, a lot of people, like I mentioned, they look at the price, but they should really be looking at the market cap, because the market cap is how much the cryptocurrency is valued at, is how much it's really worth. To get the market cap, what you do is you multiply the price by the circulating supply. So if you multiply 17 million times $9,359.66, that will give you the market cap, or the current valuation of Bitcoin. If you multiply 99,103,021 ETH by 685.72, that will give you the current market cap valuation of Ethereum, etc., etc. Now, if you actually click on a coin, so let's click on Bitcoin right here, you'll see that you have a few more things of information. So you have the market cap, you have the current volume, and you have the circulating supply. Here, you also have the maximum supply. The maximum supply is the maximum amount of the cryptocurrency that will ever be in existence. For Bitcoin, it is 21 million Bitcoin. Once we reach 21 million Bitcoin and 21 million Bitcoin has been mined, then there will be no more Bitcoin ever created. If we go to a different crypto, let's click on Ethereum. You'll see that there is no maximum supply here. That means that the maximum supply of Ethereum has not been capped. There is no cap on it. What if we go down to, say, EOS? Well, here there is 1 billion EOS. 1 billion EOS is all of the EOS that will ever be created in existence. Now for EOS, you could see that there's also the total supply. So what does that mean? The total supply is the total amount of EOS or cryptocurrency that has been created. So for EOS, that's about 900 million coins. Now, as the circulating supply or total supply gets closer to the max supply, that means that there will be less available. And what that means is that it will increase the price, both the regular price and the market cap of the actual coin. And that's because the coin or the crypto will become more rare. You could think of it like gold, okay? Gold, the price of gold will increase and continues to increase as less gold is available to be mined in the earth. Once all of the gold in the earth is mined out of it, then that means that the people who own the gold will be the people who have the power, because the people who own the gold will own it and no one else will be able to mine it, and it will be even more rare than what it already is. So let's go back to Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin, the maximum supply is 21 million. Right now, there's 17 million in circulation. So as the circulating supply increases, it's getting closer and closer to the 21 million cap. Once it reaches that 21 million cap, no more Bitcoin will be available to be mined. That means that the price of Bitcoin will increase because it will become a lot more rare. And of course, as the price increases, so does the market cap. So here's what you really need to know. If you go back to the main page, the market cap is the real price of the coin. The market cap is the real evaluation of the cryptocurrency. So what you need to ask yourself is not if Bitcoin is really worth 9,320 per Bitcoin. You need to ask if, as a whole, is Bitcoin worth $158 billion? Is Ethereum worth $67 billion? Is Ripple really worth, is the value of Ripple really at nearly $34 billion? And just keep on going down the line. Are these companies and these cryptocurrencies, do they really add up to this market cap? Is this really a good valuation of the crypto? And the other thing to keep in mind is that the cryptos with the large market caps, because this is the true value, the cryptos with the large market caps are the more well-established cryptocurrencies. These are the more safer bets. If you scroll down, you'll see that the market cap starts getting less and less and less. And if you go down, all the way, keep on scrolling and go to the next 100, let's look down, and I found high performance blockchain. I've heard of it before. This has a market cap of $102 million. So if we just think of where this is, 102 million, and compare it to the top 10, this has 67 billion, 33 billion. Cardano is 9 billion. IOTA, 5 billion, 664 million. So something like high performance blockchain that has, 102 million? Yeah, 102 million market cap. In order for something like this to 10x, then the valuation, the market cap, will have to be around $1 billion. So you need to ask yourself, do I see this high performance blockchain or any cryptocurrency whatsoever? Do I see these cryptocurrencies actually going up and reaching the $1 billion range? Do I see them coming up to this level or up to this level or multi-billion dollars? Do I see that actually happening? Because that is what will really reflect in the price. And yes, you could say that a coin that is around 100 million, going from 100 million to 1 billion is a lot easier than going from, for instance, 10 billion to 100 billion. Both of these would 10x. So for Cardano to 10x, it would have to go from roughly $9 billion to $90 billion. For one of these to 10x, any of these that are at 100 million, they'd have to go from 100 million to 1 billion. And that's a lot easier to do that because that's only $900 million more, as opposed to around 80 billion, which would end up 10xing something like Cardano. And that's why these low market cap coins, or I guess these are more mid market cap coins and low market cap coins, that's why they're so popular, because people are saying, what's the next Bitcoin? What's the next Ethereum? What's the next coin that's going to 10x and give me these crazy gains, 10x, 20x, 50x, And if you could find one of these coins down here that is just really, really powerful in terms of fundamental principles and developers and problem that they're solving and things like that, then they have the potential to do that a lot more. However, of course, with greater reward comes a much greater risk. And with these coins down here, as you keep on going through CoinMarketCap, some of these coins might not even, not some of them, like most of them, 99% of them will not even be around a year or 2 years from now. They will literally be gone because they would have run out of money, or the developing team would have broken up, which I have seen before in coins that people I know have put a lot of money in, or perhaps they'd get in legal trouble, or perhaps other things would have happened that would simply just break the crypto up. Or maybe it's simply just a scam and it's not even a real crypto. So there's a lot more risk in these lower market cap coins. So because of that, you never want to have a large percentage of your portfolio in low market cap coins. These should make up a very small percentage of your portfolio. The large percentage of your portfolio should come from the top 10, maybe the top 20. And that's definitely something to keep in mind. So what's another thing that we could go over right here? Well, how about we go over volume? Volume, like I mentioned before, is how much money is actually being traded when it comes to the cryptocurrency. So right now, $137.5 million is being traded on the exchanges for NEO. So when you're looking at a coin, what you want to do is you want to look at the markets, right? And this will tell you which markets the coin is being traded on, and it'll show you how much volume is being traded on. And this is very, very important because this is how liquid a coin is. And this gives you a sense of how much adoption the coin actually has. You could see NEO is on the best exchange in the world, Binance, and a lot of all the other ones, including Bitfinex and all of the biggest exchanges out there. So obviously NEO is very well adopted. The volume is 25 million, on Binance, 21 million, nearly 22 when it comes to USDT on Binance. It's 11 million on Bitfinex. So there's plenty of volume. You're not going to have any trouble getting in and out of this coin unless you're trading, millions and millions of dollars. And what that means is that it's very liquid, okay? That's what liquidity means. It means that you could get a coin, you could buy at a price, you're going to get the price, you're not going to have to wait for buyers, you're not going to have to wait for sellers, it's going to be there. Now, let's say that there's a coin and it's only having a couple of exchanges, so let's find one. I'm sure if we scroll all the way down, we could find a coin that's not on a lot of exchanges. Let's see what Nexium is about. Looks like a cool name. All right, so here's Nexium. You could see that the volume of Nexium, okay, firstly, it's only on 3 exchanges. It is on Bittrex and Poloniex and HitBTC, which are all like pretty good exchanges. It's not on Binance, which is the biggest one, but it is on Bittrex and Poloniex, which are pretty big. So that's good, but the volume is only 13,000. So that means that there's not a lot of liquidity here. That means that if you're trying to, get in and out of this coin, you might have to wait for sellers and for buyers to either buy or sell your coin. So if you do look at, these off coins way, way, way down the list when it comes to market cap, you need to be careful because sometimes if you buy a coin, if there's not enough liquidity and if there's not enough volume, then you might not even be able to sell it. And so usually people, what they'll do is if they actually decide to, get into any of these coins, I never do. I never get into any super, super low market cap coins because to me it's just too risky. But if they do, usually they'll buy them on one of these off exchanges. So I don't know, if you just click this and then go to markets, you'll see, like trade.org or something like that. And they'll buy them at one of these off exchanges, and then they'll just wait until it gets listed on bigger exchanges and just blows up, 6 months, 1 year or something like that. Or they'll just simply place their sell orders in really, really high, and then maybe eventually, hopefully, there'll be a pump and dump and they'll get their sell orders in. Obviously, I don't really recommend doing that. I recommend staying with the higher market cap coins for the vast majority of your portfolio, and then maybe, messing around with money that you really don't care about on the lower market cap coins. But once you get like too low, I wouldn't even trust putting money into any of these because remember, anyone can make a coin. So you really got to do your research if you're going to be putting your money into cryptocurrencies. And that's especially true if you're going to be doing that with low market cap coins. And then the other thing that I want to point out on this is that you can choose to view this in Bitcoin, which will give you the price changes for the particular cryptocurrencies in concerns to Bitcoin. So if you're like me and you're simply trying to accumulate more Bitcoin over time and you don't really care too much about the USD price, you can always choose to view it in Bitcoin, and then you could see the price differences of the coins in relation to BTC, and that will give you a better picture of what you're actually looking at. And then finally, the very last thing I want to say is up here, you could see the market cap. Right now, the market cap is $427 billion, 316,981,308. This is the total market cap for all of cryptocurrencies. All of the cryptocurrencies put together equals just around $428 billion. And this is quite amazing considering that last year around Christmas time, it went all the way up to $750 billion. And 1 year before that, it wasn't even at $100 billion. And if you want to put this into perspective, gold and stocks are in the trillions of dollars. I believe gold is 7 trillion. I believe stocks are 40 trillion. There's a crazy numbers that are in stocks, commodities, Forex, gold, and precious metals and things like that. Those are in the trillions. Those are the real established long-term markets. Crypto right now is under $1 trillion. And this is what really gives me a lot of hope in this and a lot of excitement. Just thinking, wow, we're only at $400 billion, and this has the potential to become an entirely new asset class worth tens of trillions of dollars. And when that happens, you could just imagine what will happen to the cryptocurrencies that actually survive. And I talk about that because you could see up here, there's 1,587 cryptocurrencies at the current moment. 98% of these will not survive. And you always need to keep that in mind for the long term. Now, if you also look right here, you'll see the total amount of volume that's being traded, and you'll see Bitcoin dominance. Now, if you click on any one of these, you'll see charts that come up. So here's the charts that come up. And the chart that really you want to look at is the percentage of total market capitalization or the percentage of total market dominance. And look at how amazing this is. Look at how Bitcoin just completely dominated the charts all the way up until right around March, February, late February 2017. 2017 came around and Bitcoin dominance just continued to fall, and then it ended up rallying back up. And what's the correlation here? Well, what happens when Bitcoin dominance starts to fall? Altcoins tend to rise. And what happens when Bitcoin dominance rises? Altcoins tend to fall. Same thing right here. Bitcoins fell, altcoins rose. Bitcoins rose, altcoins fell. So this is something that you might want to keep in mind when trading cryptocurrencies to understand what the market is actually doing. Is it falling? Is it in a downfall? Well, then maybe the altcoins will be on their alt season and start rising up. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Be sure to smash up the likes, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, hit that little bell notification so that you never miss an update. Also, if you are new to cryptocurrency, I do have a free course. I'll put the link for the free course in the description below. It'll teach you everything that you need to know about crypto. And if you want to get into trading and making money and investing, then I do also have a crypto mastery course available as well. Other than that, remember, you're awesome. Let's get to the moon together, stay profitable, and I'll see you in the next video.